Hey yo, what's going on? It's Boss Cat Astronaut with another update. Today, we're talking about the highly anticipated Clay Nation Metaverse land pitch mint. People have been going crazy. We saw the Twitter space turned upside down when none other than the legendary Snoop Dogg, Champ, uh, Champ Medici, along with the Claymates team and IOHK himself all got together in order to create one of the most monumental interviews and positive vibes and energy into this space than we've seen in a long time. So everybody scrambled um, to hop on this whitelist, whether they purchased a OG, Clay Nation OG, or whether they purchased Good Charlotte, Clay Nation, or if they simply tried to get on the uh, Bake Nation public mint, well, predominantly public mint. Now, Sonic Village, you had to own a Clay Nation OG in order to be able to participate. The Underworld, of course, you had to own a Good Charlotte uh, Clay Nation Clay Nation CNFT to participate. Bake Nation had a few people that were eligible, that were holders, and the vast majority of Bake Nation was essentially, the luck of the draw. So, those of you who haven't, depending on when you see this video, hop on over to cnholders.com/pitches with a P, and you'll be able to see whether or not you made it by simply connecting your NAMI wallet or pasting in your wallet address here. As you can see with this wallet, I was very unlucky, unfortunately. The good news is I will be minting one of these, so very excited for that. Now, let's kind of get into it. I want to touch on a few things here. One, I want to lay out what I think price predictions could be and why I think this is an easy 5 to 10x. Two, I want to lay out why this project is valuable and unique. And three, I want to explain what's truly going on here and how this is something we have never seen. Now, with that, let's go ahead and get started. So, as I said, those of you who haven't, check out to see if you're even eligible to mint. Um, but let's start out with why this is a very unique metaverse, right? Now, essentially, all of our other metaverses, right? They're essentially um, kind of like driven by like a Vox type of format, or they're either driven by the format that you see for Decentraland and for Pavia, right? So those are two clear cut ways that we envision see the metaverse and currently build the metaverse and interact within the metaverse, right? Now, this is something different. And this is why Clay Nation was successful uh, in the beginning anyway, is because they're bringing something unique. You have essentially a 2D image that is kind of it's it's something that feels like you can touch it and mold it and move it, right? Just very unique to the space, the way that it looks, and psychologically the way that it feels in our minds, right? So when you're going to interact in this metaverse, it will be completely unique to anything that we have ever seen. No one has ever created anything like this in any space, right? So shout out to the wonderful metaverses that we have on ETH. and also on Cardano. But we haven't seen anything like this. This is completely original. And that's why I'm so excited about it. To actually be able to interact and see how this plays out is going to be amazing. So that's one thing. I also wanted to talk about the fact that when we're talking about Clay Nation, without the celebrities, this is a project that has delivered on the roadmap consistently. Consistently. Um, to take it a step further, we need to look at what we're dealing with in terms of Clay Nation. Now, Clay Nation is an OG. They're top three of all time. To put it in perspective, Boss Cat Rocket Club, Boss Cat Rocket Parts, and the Ape Society are all 4, 5, and 6. Clay Nation by Claymates is number 3. Behind Pavia and Space Buds, right? So let's just let that sink in. This is a very solid project. Not to mention that coming in at number 11, you still have Clay Nation Good Charlotte as well, right? Which is also part of this. So as we're thinking about uh, the metaverse on Cardano, right? There's two, shout out to everybody else, but there's two big dogs in this space. And I'm just going to call it like it is, right? Pavia, of course, number one project on Cardano. 100,000 land lots have been distributed. The floor price right now is what, 339, right? Floor price is 339 right now. Now, Pavia continues to move forward. I think there's great plans ahead. Um, but we're talking about 100,000 lots, right? Um, so we'll see where we get in terms of when Pavia will have their first, alpha availability for people to be able to check out. Then we also have Boss Planet. Boss Planet is making crazy strides with all these partnerships. Um, I'm saying we're because I'm an estate owner. We're rolling out estates. I mean, you talk about Cypress Hill, Manny Pacquiao, Baron Davis. I know I'm missing some celebrities right now. My apologies. Like they're really doing some big things over there, and it's going to take a while before we reach, alpha season 1 or availability for folks to check it out because these are metaverses being built. These are virtual worlds being built, and that takes time. The only person that made something faster was God. We're talking about 7 days. You know what I mean? And he made everything or whatever. 6 days actually. So with that said, when we think of Clay Nation, they're building something unique. People are patient. You see the floor price for Boss Planet is about what, 290, 335 for Pavia. Boss Planet has about 36,000 land plots out there, right? Uh, and that's where we're at in terms of price. Now, with Clay Nation, here's what's unique, and it reminds me of Boss Planet in this way. What's unique about Clay Nation is that we're talking about 3 areas, right? So yes, this is a metaverse of 30 something thousand, land pitches. I don't want to call them land lots because they're called land pitches, right? Or pitches. Here's what's interesting. You have Sonic Village. So if you've been interacting with Clay Nation and all your friends in the Discord for so long, now you guys can go do that there. With the Underworld, the same thing. If you guys have been interacting and you want something different, right? More gory, more dark, more cool. It's a vibe. Like it's a whole world within a world. So what I love about this is you have 3 specific areas that are very different. Bake Nation is going to be very different from the Underworld. The Underworld is very different from Sonic Village. And I think this is going to play into gamification and price, right? I think because they're offering something different, you're going to see different forms of price action. You also have to take into account the barrier to entry, right? If people own a clay, and let's say they bought it, a couple of weeks ago, and they paid like three k ADA, right? They're going to hold on to those land parcels, right? Because they're worth a lot to get access to even mint. Um, Barriers to entry for Good Charlotte as well. The price action may be a bit lower because of what folks may have paid, but at the end of the day, they're going to hold on to it, or they're going to want a decent price for it because of the fact that they paid for a CNFT in order to gain access, right? Now, Bake Nation is unique because you have the celebrity of all celebrities in terms of hip hop and NFTs. That's Snoop Dogg, man. And shout out to Champ Medici as well. Uh, a lot of people have no idea how much alpha dude has in terms of what he's bringing to the table. And I don't think they have any idea. Like, I grew up in LA. Dude has a UCLA education. And not only that, uh, uh, business and creativity are about your networks. His network is on fire. His network is crazy. Um, Dude posted yesterday that he was at a restaurant in Long Beach called Bored and Hungry, right? Where a Bored Ape member created a restaurant themed after the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like, so he's heavily entrenched in this, and I think people are going to be really impressed with his creativity and what he's bringing to the table. Not only that, I wanted to say this about Bake Nation in particular, right? As I go into price and wrap this up. Bake Nation, here's the thing. They're offering land, right? They're gonna bring in a unique set of folks. But here's what's crazy about this is that with Bake Nation, you get one of three different animations of Snoop and Champ Medici, right? This is going to give you fractional ownership to music that Champ is releasing, produced by his father, Snoop. What's interesting about this and why it works is because Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records. He is a record company. He owns a record company, so he can release music, which in this way on the metaverse that we can now be part owners of. So that gives you extreme value. To put it in perspective for you, uh, there's old school songs that we all know, like Aretha Franklin, the song Respect. You've all heard that in ads and commercials and movies. Uh, she's getting artists or writers of a song are getting a piece of that every time it is shared, right? So what if one of these songs becomes the theme of the metaverse that is constantly used over and over because you have Champ and Snoop that are first to market, really bringing music to the NFT space, right? You could be a fractional owner of something that creates creates a lot of wealth that you never could have imagined, or increases the value of the animations that you own. So I want to be clear here. The fact that you have a music produced by Snoop and performed, written by Champ, and you have access to purchase that, that's a huge deal. Most people don't have that opportunity, right? So, with that said, in terms of price action for Bake Nation, and just the sheer demand, over 100,000 people tried to hop on the list to register. Uh, we're looking at 5 to 10x for these projects. I think long term for sure. Short term, I'd say 3 to 5x, just depending on the project. If I had to call out one of these projects, it would be Bake Nation in terms of price action. This could be equivalent. Those of you who are familiar with Boss Planet, Bake Nation could be District 5 for the Clay Nation metaverse, right? So I want to leave you with this. This is one of the few projects that has, hands down, major support from Charles Hoskinson, as we call IOHK. Number 3 all time. And I can't stress enough how fire and amazing the community has been from day one. Family oriented, solid, positive team. So I have a poll going on now. What are you guys buying on secondary? My answer is actually probably all of them, because they're all going to be valuable. And I might be able to take advantage of everybody looking at Bake Nation and snipe a few Sonic Village or Underworlds. But with that said, feel free to like and subscribe. Go check out the Twitter poll. I'll leave that in the comments as well. But as I always say, start every day with a grateful heart. You guys have a great day. Happy minting. Happy Sunday. Later.